So I learned a new word today that I'm going to use. And it came about through various conversations. We've heard this word irrational, right? Oh, this person was so irrational. And then there was a quote that was directed at me, and someone said to me, he goes, think rationally. I mean, think about this rationally. I didn't like that. And so, of course, the universe sends you things right when you need them, right? So I'm thinking about, to myself, what if I don't want to think rationally? What is rationally? Is rationally thinking inside, outside, over the box, with the box, without the box? Who determines what is rational? So, of course, I get something from the universe that answers this question about, do things have to be rational? And there's this book, which I picked up this book, and it had nothing to do with being rational. I was probably irrational when I picked up this book. Anyway, this book is called Falling Upward, A Spirituality for the Two Halves of Life by Richard Rohr, R-O-H-R, Falling Upward. I can never get these books to do that. Okay, there you go. All right. And there's this quote, and it says, people are afraid of being considered pre-rational. Oh, no, wait, that's the wrong quote. Here's another one. Beyond rational and critical thinking, we need to be called again. We need to be discovered into an inclusive and mature thinking. People are afraid of being considered pre-rational, that they avoid and deny the possibility of being transnational. The substitute for pre-rational emotions or authentic experiences are always transrational. And that's a quote by Ken Wilber. So my new word is transrational. And I think of all the people who would fit the definition of transrational. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., he was not rational. Neither was Gandhi. Neither was Nelson Mandela. Neither was, think of any scientist or inventor. Albert Einstein. I mean, you can think of anyone. Think of everyone who has made a lasting contribution to society. They've never been rational. They've never done the rational thing. They've done the transrational thing. They didn't need a box. And if they did, they made their own box. And then you destroyed it and made another box. But they thought beyond what we consider the answer, what we consider perfection, what we consider the straight line, what we say has always been done. Their thinking process transcended what was considered normal, what was considered okay. And so I'm thinking of life. Am I being too rational? Now, I don't want to be, on the edge and doing things that would harm other people or would cause severe problems. But what about a fresh perspective of looking at things? Transcending my ordinary thought. Letting other ideas come to me, and just because they haven't been done before, or just because I've never heard of it before, or just because the person who brought it to me does not seem rational, I'm not going to exclude it, because those could be the very things that take me above the rational, that aren't even irrational, but they're transrational. And the transrational brings out the authentic self. So, my word And the word that I'm going to be and having in my vocabulary and in my thought process is going to be transrational. Thinking authentically, thinking and accepting ideas that are just possibilities. But who knows what can happen when I start to think transrationally?